The Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow, will be just as much a Lex story as it is a Superman story. Let me explain. So in a recent interview with The Stern Show, James Gunn was asked about Man of Tomorrow as well as upcoming projects. But he was asked about Man of Tomorrow, and he went on to explain that it will be just as much a Lex story as it is Superman, and they will be forced to work together against a greater clip. And you know what? This is bullshit. Roll the clip.
Who's going to be the next villain in the next Superman movie?
We released the fact that we're coming out with Man of Tomorrow. It's going to be out in 2 years in theaters in July 9th, 2027. It is a story about Lex Luthor and Superman having to work together to a certain degree against a much, much bigger threat. And it's more complicated than that. It's as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie.
And later on, he then proceeds to say about how Lex represents all of us. You know, he relates to Lex in a way that if Superman came up out of nowhere, you know, after he's the big dog for all this time, Superman came out of nowhere and in one swoop just roll the clip.
I relate to the character of Lex Luthor, sadly.
Reality is Superman. He's God.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
That's the center of Lex for me. 3 years ago, before Superman came along, he was considered the greatest guy in the world, even with other metahumans and superheroes in the world. And then in one fell swoop, this guy comes in wearing a silly costume with dimples and a charming smile and a great chin, and he's forgotten.
You are so fucking right. Lex does represent all of us.
But this leads me to ask, who's this greater threat? Who is this villain? Give me Brainiac. Give me Brainiac. And I know that's what everybody is saying. Everybody's saying, give me Brainiac. Give me Brainiac. Give me Brainiac. But there's also a few other options, such as, I don't know, Mongol, or, I don't know, Darkseid. There's a lot of ways they can go with this. They knew where they were going from the start. Roll the clip.
Which is relatively a short time between sequels because we knew immediately where we were going.
As we know, Rick Flag Sr. is going to Belle Reve to speak to an inmate for some unknown reasons. We just heard that bit of audio in the trailer. Now, what I can deduce from that, and what anybody probably has deduced, is the fact that it's probably Lex. He's probably went there to talk to Lex. And maybe he struck a deal with Lex about how the technology works, and it got him out of there. And let's not forget that the trailers did indeed confirm that Flag Sr. is going to strike a deal with Harcourt to get her back in the good graces of Argus in exchange for Peacemaker. So what other lengths is he willing to stretch to go to do? But we can obviously see Lex was in the Superman movie. They're going to coincide in the next movie. Where there's Lex, there's Superman. And if you remember from my last video, we have this image right here. All I'm saying is we're seeing Superman and Peacemaker. I don't care. But all this information had me watching another trailer, rewatching other stuff, and I came across this image from the episode 4 trailer. And in this video right here, I theorized that this was a mobile QUC. And it looks to me that I was right, but that just leads to another question of where did he get this mobile QUC from? Did he always have it? Was it maybe the thing that led to the other door? Because if that was the case, then wouldn't the other door not work? But if that's the case, then how do we get this image of them in the QUC? But then again, he also grew up with the technology, so it's not like he doesn't know a few things about it, right? There's a lot of theories and a lot of things that could be said about this, but I think the main takeaway needs to be that Lex and Superman are going to be in Peacemaker, and something that happens in Peacemaker will lead into Man of Tomorrow and will show us why Lex is not only out of Belle Reve, but working reluctantly with Superman. But let me know y'all's theories in the comments, and as always, make sure you like and follow for more.